So is that one?
Riusciu la guarda ribera, Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Riusciu la guarda ribera.
This
Dios
has
guardó,
sound on
Dios
it.
guardó el lobo de nuestra
This has
cordera.
sound on it.
Dios guardó el
And
lobo,
it's
el
echoing like
lobo
crazy.
de nuestra cordera. El lobo rabioso la quiso morder, mas Dios poderoso la supo defender. Quiso hacer que no pudiese pecar, ya no originales tu virgen no tuviera. Riusciu la guarda ribera. Dios guardó el
I never
lobo
turned
de
audio.
nuestra cordera.
Those are-
Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Esta que es nacido es el gran monarca, Cristo patriarca de carne vestido, ya nos redimido con cerce chiquito, aunque infinito, finito se hiciera. Riusciu la guarda ribera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera. Dios guardó el lobo de nuestra cordera.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm not sure where three of our members got off to. I think they're probably in the social hall. I hope they make their way down here soon. I wonder if I should go ring the bell and bring a torch. This is All Souls. This is a church built on covenant, not creed. We are here together believing that how we live this life matters. How we treat one another is important, even when we don't agree. Trying to understand those who think differently than us is a big part of that, and trying to be kind even in our broad differences of opinion is part of our covenant. So whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us, you are always welcome. We're dealing with some technical difficulties, so I hope we get those sorted out quickly. And I want to remind everybody that the season for resurgences of things that take you down is upon us. The numbers are increasing all around, so please be careful, take care of yourself, and be mindful of other people. I don't know if Miss Susan wants to feed me the announcements or come up here and do them. Well, I bet we could reduce back down to one camera and have someone who's sitting back there run it for us. This is dead space. uh, so just turn it off, Susan, and we'll do one camera. And come please make some announcements for us. For what, Cam? She said the phone is off. We're trying to do streaming and live stuff as well. And so for those of you who are here, please bear with us while we try to be inclusive of those who are off campus and trying to be part of our service. Our usual technical team is ill this morning, more than one of them, which is what prompted the announcement about please being mindful of the season. And so we are trying to work with people whose jobs these are not usually. And hopefully we'll get it worked out very quickly. In one
Boomwhacker rehearsal. Be ready for that right at 5:45. And 12 Days of Christmas, starting at 6 o'clock. So if you and or your kids want to be a part of the 12 Days of Christmas, then please join us at 6 o'clock so we can give everybody a sign and get ready for that. That's a long-standing tradition that we've not done live. We've done a priceless video, which will also be backed by popular demand, but we have not done that live since before the pandemic. So looking forward to that. Hope to see all of you and all of you tonight. And sorry about our technical problems this morning.
So let's all breathe deeply. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Let the pew hold you up. And your thoughts get where your feet are. The travelers had come a long way and had a long way yet to go. Unable to come off the donkey without her husband's assistance and the grace of a large stone, still she came down, one hand to her back, feeling the ache throughout her body. The child in her belly kicked and made her draw a quick breath. Leaning heavily on Joseph's arm, Mary picked her way along the path. Others on the road had told them that here they might find a spring with water so cold it would make your teeth hurt. Here they might find a place of shelter and calm where they could bed down for the night. Here we come too, to find a moment of refreshment and rest from our journeys. No matter how you are going on your journey, no matter if it is your choice to go, or if you left by some faraway edict, no matter if you carry a burden or the deepest of joys, no matter how weary and thirsty you may be, pause here. Take a quiet breath. Rest in peacefulness. Be renewed and restored, for in a short while, the journey will continue with its worries and troubles and joys and promise. Until then, let us join together, minds and hearts, and worship. Is there anyone who would like to lead our chalice lighting, first part of our chalice lighting this morning? We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together, with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other. Thank you. I'll get that. You did a good job. We light this chalice here in the darkness of winter as we wait. This temporary space is one filled with prayers to be answered, love to be given and received, miracles to be witnessed. May this light guide us until the light of the sun returns again. Turn it around. Oh. In this season of waiting, this season of Advent, we have lit a candle of hope that we might find hope even in the midst of despair. We have lit a candle of peace that even in time when wars are raging, we might be the peace we hope to see in the world. We have lit a candle for joy, that we might hold fast to joy as a powerful act of resistance. And today, we light a candle for love. As we move closer to the sun, we are reminded that love is the source of compassion and warmth. present to ourselves and others in this season and always. We light this candle for love. Would you please rise in body or spirit and say with us the unison affirmation? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls that grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. We have a special musical guest today to lead us in our hymn, Go Tell It on the Mountain. Just get over there. Christ is born. Lamberts kept there watching, o'er silent flocks by night.
Behold, the fire of the heavens, there shone a holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherds feared and trembled when low above the earth rang out the angel chorus that hailed the Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains, that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lowly manger, the humble Christ was born. And God sent us salvation, that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain, that Jesus Christ is born.
I just want to first begin by recognizing the people in Christ's birthplace, where Christmas has unfortunately been canceled this year. So, first I wanted to announce that on January 7th and 14th, we're going to be doing a screening of the film Yalda, A Night for Forgiveness, during what would normally be RE at 9 o'clock on Zoom and in the social hall. And if you don't know, Yalda is the Persian solstice festival. And it's like a time similar to Christmas for rejoicing and being with family and eating food. And so yeah, if you want to learn more about the holiday and continue the theme of forgiveness from the book that we had just been reading in RE, then please come. And so now I'm going to read the Advent devotion from Holy is His Name. And it says on the program that it's Elise Hume Lai. It's actually Elise Hume Lui. So. Tonight at sunset, we enter the season of Christmas. In churches across the world, the hymn Silent Night will be sung. I remember the first Christmas Eve service I attended. I returned home from my first semester at college and decided to celebrate the holiday at the Baptist church of my childhood. We were given wax candles in small plastic babachés. Immediately after the service, we gathered outside in the church's parking lot. As cars drove by on a busy country road, we sang together of heavenly peace on the night of our Savior's birth. In 1816, a young Catholic priest, Joseph Moore, wrote the poem Still Nacht. After 12 years of the Napoleonic Wars, the people of Austria were left impoverished and hungry. A volcano eruption in Indonesia had caused a year of endless storms across Europe, leaving famine in its wake. Moore's poem was a quiet expression of hope in a God who would not leave them to starve in the night. 2 years later, on Christmas Eve, 1818, Father Moore approached his friend Franz Xavier Gruber, a choir master and organist, to compose music for the poem, which would be sung as a carol later that evening. Gruber's setting is meditative, pastoral, and said to mimic the sound of the water upon which many of Moore's parishioners worked. Together, the two friends sang the hymn that evening with one guitar between them. 41 years later, John Freeman Young, an Episcopal clergyman in New York City, translated published 3 of Moore's verses into English, along with other Christmas carols. Young had been ordained a priest in St. John's Church in Tallahassee, Florida, the parish I attended as a young college student. At the time, Young was only one of 2 active clergy serving the entire state. He was later elected second bishop of the Episcopal Diocese of Florida, following the end of the Civil War. Under his tenure as bishop, the first historically black Episcopal parish in Florida was founded at St. Peter's, Key West. The West Indian Anglican community on the island established a parish of their own, free from Jim Crow restrictions. The community consulted with Bishop Young to worship in the rich choral tradition and at as high church Anglican as possible. At the turn of the 20th century, St. Peter was the second largest black Episcopal parish in the country after St. Philip's, Harlem. In Chinese Christmas Eve, it is called the Night of Peace. After the translation of the first line of Silent Night, this year many of us have known hunger and grief. The holiness of the night is encountered in many ways. Whatever our circumstances, however loud in the din of the world, may the peace of Christ find us here at his birth.
To the order of service, we have added another song. The people here have been given a copy of the song. The people at home will just hopefully enjoy the music. It's Christmas, and glad is alive on the world. Wake up, it's Christmas morning. Starlight and firelight and sunlight give birth. Wake up, the Christ child's a-borning. He's man and he's woman, he's old and he's young. He's Buddhist and Christian and Jew. She's wealthy, she's poor, and she's black, and she's white. And oh yes, the Christ child is you. Siblings and brothers, whatever your sleep, wake up, it's Christmas morning. Bring with you dreams for the daylight to keep. Wake up, the Christ child's a-borning. They're men and they're women, they're old and they're young. They're is you. Jesus was good and he lived long ago. Wake up, it's Christmas morning. You are good too and are living now, so wake up, the Christ child's a-borning. She's man and she's woman, she's old and she's young, she's Buddhist and Christian and Jew. They're wealthy, they're poor, and they're black and they're white, and oh yes, the Christ child is you.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong name. Will you join me in taking a moment to just take a breath? And as you release it, feel your shoulders come down from your ears. And then maybe do that again, because you may find that they can relax a little bit more. This is a reading by a colleague and friend with a few extra words from me, but she has done most of the wonderful work here. As we gather on this Christmas Eve, let's recognize the tapestry of our world, a blend of joyous celebrations and enduring struggles. Tonight, our hearts are tuned to the persistent conflicts, notably in places like Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, and Russia. Amid these challenges, the timeless teachings of Jesus guide us on a journey of love and right relations. Though the political landscape may seem distant, the call to decolonize our hearts and minds is ever present, urging us to consider our individual and collective responsibilities. We are reminded to use our unique gifts for healing and transformation, especially in times of global unrest. The call is not merely a suggestion, but an imperative for each of us. The nativity story, set in occupied territory with a vulnerable child at its core, speaks profoundly to our shared humanity. This and the life Jesus lives illuminates that even in the most trying circumstances, every child holds the potential to bring about positive change. The story calls us, too, to remember the vulnerable people coming to our shores, the horrors they are fleeing, and our calling to offer them radical welcome, as we do right here in Shreveport. It underscores that our choices, both individual and communal, can contribute to shaping a more compassionate world. As we embark on this Christmas Eve, let's hold in our hearts all those affected by conflict worldwide. Our time together is a moment of collective compassion, a beacon of hope, and a reaffirmation of our shared commitment to love and transformation. We take these thoughts, these ideals, with us into the silence.
In a season intended to honor light, we're witnessing the darkness of multiple wars, starvation, and widespread brutality, othering, And what from here looks sometimes like irreconcilable differences, sharp division. Our splitness, our separation is the sadness of the human race. When we feel separate, when we feel disconnected, when we feel split from ourself, from our family, from reality, from the earth, from the flow and movement of life, the continuum, the beginning and end, Alpha and Omega, from our wholeness and unifying principle, from all that is sacred, from God as we are given to understand God, we become angry and depressed people. Deep down, we know we weren't created for separateness. We were created for the big picture, for union. A lot of what I'm sharing came from a Richard Rohr reading this morning, heavily edited by yours truly. Interconnected oneness of everything is one of our principles as Unitarian Universalists. When we can't feel that, when we can't live into that, when we can't be that, we suffer emotionally, and so does everything we touch. Feeling the expansiveness of our selves in every moment, or even in one moment, we can experience the unbounded awareness of what we are, beyond our limited thoughts, feelings, and senses. The wholeness resides within us and beyond us. Reconnecting with our ultimate true nature, we can rest in confidence and at least have peace with our place in life, our place in time, our place in the ever-unfolding story. In times of struggle across the world, may we do what we can to be the light we hope to see in the world, to carry the peace we hope to see in the world, to recognize our oneness with every single other aspect of life. So be it. Our closing song today is also one that will be led by our special musical guest, Bob Jordan. If you will rise, please, and sing with us, rise in body or spirit, and sing with us, "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to find it for you.
Once in a year, it is not thought amiss to visit our neighbors and sing out like this. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We all want some figgy pudding.
Now bring us some figgy
Pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding and a cup of
right
here. We wish
won't go until we get some.
We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a
and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Bob. Be kind, be brave, be just, be merciful, be hopeful. This is how we keep the chalice flame burning until we are together again to light it anew. Go in peace.